Hi everyone, this is Gimbalabs Mesh live coding, and this happens every Tuesday at 14:30 UTC. And today it's just me, but in general we have a bunch of people around coding together. In today's session, we will be trying to understand the staking transaction. So if I have a wallet and I am a first-time staker, how would I build the transaction? So that is what we'll be like learning today. Um, and this is a transaction that most of the wallets implement. So most of the wallets give you a way to delegate to pools, specifically Eternal, which is what I use. Um, so we'll understand what is happening under the hood when it comes to the delegation to a pool. So let me start sharing my screen. Um, okay, so I've already built this transaction, but I'm going to start from the beginning so that you all can understand what's going on. And we'll be using Mesh to build this transaction. So first and foremost, I went to the Mesh docs and I clicked on staking transactions. And immediately it gave me a quick start transaction, which is the first time delegation transaction. Uh, So delegating ADA to earn staking reward is what we are looking at. And let us quickly take a look at this transaction. So it is using Mesh Transaction Builder, Block Frost, deserialize pool ID, which is a function. And then they're just initializing the Mesh Transaction Builder, and they're getting the UTXOs from the wallet. They're getting a change address, and then they're getting a reward address. They're getting reward addresses and picking the first one. So the immediate question I have is, what is the difference between a reward address and a change address? So technically, change address is the address that all the change goes back to. Say, for example, there's some extra ADA left in a transaction, there are some extra tokens left in a transaction. Where would they all go to? They would all go to the change address. But I am not too sure what the reward address means. So let's see what the reward address means. Um, so if we go to the SIP, I've already seen this, so I know exactly what it is. But this, for the sake of discussion, let's look at this. Um, so this is how different addresses are derived. This right here. M is our seed phrase. So you get a seed phrase when you try to create a wallet, you get a seed phrase. And from that seed phrase, you can derive multiple things. And the purpose, this is like our CIP, which is 1852, which is a standard, and the coin type is which chain is this? And for Cardano, 1815 is the coin type. And 1815 is the year that Ada Lovelace was born. So these two are constants. And from here on, there is the account, there is a role, and then there is an index. So if anyone is familiar with the Eternal wallet, when you first create a wallet, it prompts you to uh, write down a seed phrase. So that is this guy right here. And then we have these two, which are already constants. And then it asks you how many accounts you want. So with one seed phrase, you can create multiple accounts which are separate from each other. So, but they're all controlled by the same seed phrase. Usually, I go with just one or two accounts, but you can create as many as you want. Most wallets handle about 20 accounts because it becomes too big to handle more than that. Um, so we pick the account zero in this case. It could be anything. It could be zero, one, two, whatever number you want. And then there is the role. The role is something pretty important. So the role here the role can be the following. It says the role can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. So when it is 0, it's an external chain. When it is 1, it's an internal chain. And I was pretty confused when I was reading this. I was pretty confused as to what that even means. What is this external chain and what is this internal chain? Luckily, they gave like a little link here which explains things better. So I went to those links, and this is what it says. Constant 0 is used for external chain and constant 1 for internal chain, also known as the change address. External chain is used for addresses that are meant to be visible outside of the wallet. Internal chain is used for addresses which are not meant to be visible outside of the wallet. So technically what they are saying is, external chain creates an address that is visible to other people. So other, if you give this address to other people, they can actually send you ADA or tokens or whatever. But internal chain is meant to be invisible to like external people. I mean, it'll still be visible to indexers and stuff, but it offers a uh, slightly more private address. I mean, people still can figure it out, but it's not obvious. But in most cases, at least how I have been using is that I have been using an external chain for the change address as well. So change address, I mean, if you want it to be slightly more private, you can use an internal chain. But I have been using just the regular external chain address um, as my change address. And this is the important thing. How did we even come here? We were discussing what the reward address is. Get reward addresses and then the first reward address. What is this? So the staking key. So value 2. So when you provide the value 2 here, then you get a staking address. This is where all of your staking rewards go to. And that is how we create that staking address using this format. Your seed phrase, purpose, which is 1852, which is this CIP, by the way, CIP 1852. 1815, which is the chain identifier for Cardano. The account number, it could be 1, 2, 3, whatever. And then the role, which is the external chain, internal chain, staking key, drep, constitutional committee, cold key, hot key, all of those. And lastly, index. Index is another, inside of the account, you can create multiple of these roles. If you, for 0, you can create like you can create all of these addresses with just like the index 0. And if you change it to 1, then all of these change up again. So but all of those are associated with account 0. So inside of the account you can create multiple keys. uh, so that's how this works. So now let's get back to staking. So let's look at this. So we get the reward address, we get the change address, we get the UTXOs, and we get the pool ID. So if we are working on like a pre-prod network, what I do is I just opened like the pre-prod Cardano scan, and I looked for pool IDs, and it gave me a bunch of pool IDs. So if I click on one of those pools, it gives me all of this information. It gives me like a BECH32 pool ID, which is like a human readable format. So let's look at this. What is like a BECH32 pool ID? Human readable representation of the 28 byte hash pool ID. Okay. And then we have just a pool ID, which is like the 28-bit hash of the stake pool. Okay. So we have these two identifiers right here. Um, and if you look at this, remember that we imported deserialized pool ID. So if you have the human readable format, you deserialize it to create the pool ID hash. But if you directly have, where is that? If you directly have the pool ID hash, You can directly assign it to this instead of deserializing it. And then you build a transaction, um, which basically has delegate stake certificate, which takes in the reward address, which we generated here, and the pool ID hash. It takes the UTXOs, it takes the change address, and that's it. This is a pretty small transaction. Okay, cool. I think we are ready to start building this. Now that we understood how to create this transaction, uh, to delegate to a specific stake pool for the first time, I think we're ready. Okay. Now, this is our repository. You can find it. You can find it on GitHub. In the Gimbalabs GitHub, you can find this mesh open spaces repository, and you can clone it and you can use it as is. So let's start. So whenever I want to build a transaction, I know it has three parts. This is the app router, by the way. And so it has three parts. So the first part is I build a little server component, or a server transaction. Um, and then I create a little API route, and then I use that API route inside of a component. And then I put the component inside of the page. And that's how, like, the whole thing becomes accessible to the front end. So let's start with building the uh, transaction that we just went through. Okay. So what would I do first? First, I would copy this as is because I would need all of these guys anyway. So let's do this. I'm gonna paste this here. I imported this guy. Uh, and I'm going to import the blockchain provider because this is how we have already done that. So the provider, our provider is set up like this, and I need to import this blockchain provider. And it's just reading the key from my .env file. I've already set up a .env blockfrost key, and named it blockfrost. Um, and it just reads the key, and then it exports this blockchain provider. So I'm just going to import that thing. Import blockchain provider. Okay. Okay. So we have that. So to build this transaction, I would be needing the UTXOs from the front end because I'll have to get all of this information from the front end. So I need UTXOs, which is a list of UTXOs. I need the change address, which is a string. I need the get reward address, which again is a string. And I need the pool ID, which is again a string. Okay, so let's start building this guy. So, export. Oh, am I doing this? Oh, this is in the route. Okay, so I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be here. I am going to cut this. I created a first time delegation.ts in the server. So this is where I should be working. I'm gonna paste this here, and then I'm going to create uh, export async function first time delegation. Let's see if it gets it right or wrong. So we have created a function called first time delegation. It's an async function and we are exporting it. And the parameters it takes is UTXOs, a list of UTXOs, the change address as a string, the if reward address as a string, and the pool ID as a string. But I don't think it has the UTXOs. So let's import the type UTXOs. Okay. Okay, that's good. Very nice. All right. So what do we do next? I think we should start building the transaction builder. So let's do this. Constant Numis transaction builder, blockchain provider. That's pretty good. The pool ID, assuming you're giving the human readable pool ID, will be like deserializing it. And this is all directly from here. Okay, so now that we have all of this, uh, oh God. Okay, I'm gonna just accept it as is. The pool ID is deserialized, and we are starting like a try catch loop. Unsigned transaction complete. So once this is done, it returns. Okay, okay, cool. All of this looks good. Let me take a look at it. So we have all of this. We have the transaction builder, um, and we have deserialized the pool ID. Maybe I should make this bigger. Um, we have deserialized the pool ID, and then this is the transaction from here. So here they have delegated the state certificate. It takes the reward address and the pool ID hash. Have we done that? Pool ID hash. Yes, reward address, pool ID hash. You get the UTXOs, you select the UTXOs, you put in the change address, you select the network, and then you say complete. And if it succeeds, you get the unsigned transaction and the error as null. But if you don't get the error as null, that means unsigned transaction is null and there is like an error object here. Okay, and we'll have to handle this error wherever we use this value. Okay, I think this is pretty good. The transaction building part is pretty good. We'll see. We'll see. We'll try it out anyway. Okay, what I'd like to build next is an API route. So first time delegation. So now I'll create to create an API route. This is how it's done. You go to the app, and then there is an API folder here, and then you create another folder inside the API folder. Let's call it first time delegation. I've already created it. And then inside that folder, you create a file called route.ts. So let's work on this now. Okay. So what I'd like to do in this is in general, what is this? Okay. Let's just comment this out for the time being. I don't like to see it be red all the time. Okay, so first we need the imports. First, I need to import next response. So because we are building an API route, so first we get the next response, and then we get this guy. Where is this guy? First time delegation. Um, First time delegation, we have the not the route. Where is it? It's in the server. So we need to get this guy in here. So I need to import. One second, first time delegation. Yeah, so this is a function, right? So let's get this guy. Import first time delegation from server. Okay, this looks good. Import UTXO from mesh. I don't know if we'd use this or not, but let's see. Export async function post request, yes. um let's try to build this out. So let's start with a um try catch. Oop. Okay. Uh, so now we are creating a body which is constant body is called await request JSON. Constant UTXOs, change address, reward address, pool ID is equal to body. So we got the body. So the way I think of it is like this. This body is something the user sends to the API for the API to give a reply. And they are destructuring this body. If I just accept this, what's happening is they are destructuring this body to get the individual parts in that body, which is the UTXOs, which is a list of UTXOs, which is the change address, which is a string. It's all saying any. So I would like to force a specific type on them. as UTXO. So I doesn't know what a UTXO is. So I'm going to import that as UTX as a list of UTXOs, as a string, as a string. Okay. Mm, why is this being sketchy? Cannot redeclare blocks group. Oh, okay. I guess any will have to stick with any for now. Mm, so I can't force a type like this. Is it? Oh, so maybe I can do this. I can force it here and not here. Okay, let's try that. Ooh, I see. So when I'm trying to restructure it and when I receive the body, can I directly say constant body as? Oh, so I can directly declare the type here so that I don't have to do this here. Okay, how about that? How about that? Okay. So now I'm basically saying, hey, my body has to be of the type this. It's an object with all these fields. Uh, and once I have that, I can now safely destructure it because I already forced the type up here. Safely destructure it and get all of these values. Okay. And then what I'd like to do is the result is await the first time delegation. So first time delegation always gives you like an unsigned transaction and an error. So let's see how we need to use it. Um, so yeah, so if we get an error, then we need to handle it because we explicitly are sending errors. This is very much like a Go pattern. In Go, we explicitly handle errors, and it's actually very very useful to do that. Okay, so now assuming we get an error, we are saying, hey, if result dot error is not equal to none, that means the other guy, that means the unsigned transaction is null. If this guy is not null, hey, just let me know what the error is and return a status of 500. Okay, that is all good. uh, do I need to return something? Wait, I think I need to return something. Yes, there you go. If result is unsigned transaction, access.json unsigned. So yeah, I need to, yeah, that's right. Uh, all right, I'm gonna stick to that. So this is like the success case. Why is this separate? I'm gonna put it down here. Okay. So if the result dot unsigned transaction, which is the opposite of this, then please send me like a status 200 and also send me the unsigned transaction so that I can sign it. Okay. And let's do the catch block now. Catch block. So this is like a catch all block. So whatever error happens that is not like explicitly caught, just call it like an internal server error and give me like a status of 500. And this concludes our route, our building our route. So now what I'd like to do is call this API and get this unsigned transaction. That's what I would like to do. Okay. Uh, yep, that's what I want to do. Cool. Yeah. So I want to call this unsigned transaction. So where would I call it? I would call it in a front end component. So this is all. So until now, whatever we built is not directly accessible to the clients. So if someone is using our website, they don't know what's going on here because it's not accessible to them. They're not even sure what this API does. So this is also not accessible to them directly. Um, let's see. So now I would like to build a component. And so I built a component called first time delegation button. Okay. Let's start this component. So how do we build this component? So first, I would like to import a use wallet. So this gives us access to our wallet. And then I'd like to import a use state. This is pretty standard. Let's see it. So all of this is good. So let's just go through this. So I imported a use wallet so we can get access to our front end wallet. This is a hook. And one more thing I need to add. So this component has to be a client side component. So I'm going to put use client on this. Okay. Um, So we have yeah, so we got the use wallet and then you have the use state. And how are we using this? From the use wallet, we are getting two things. We are getting the wallet, which is a CIP 330, CIP 30 wallet instance. So that means we will get the wallet with a bunch of mesh provided methods on it. So wallet dot get change address gives me the change address and stuff like that. We'll see how to use it. Uh, and then I'm just setting the use states. Like for example, the transaction hash I'd be needing. This is just like pretty standard error, set error. If there is an error, just like set the error. And if it is loading, just set loading. So those are pretty standard things that we do. Okay, so now let's build the handling function. Okay, when you click the button, what is the function that is activated? So that is the handler function. So async function handle first time delegation. Okay, that sounds pretty good to me. Okay, so now if not connected or not wallet. Okay, so basically we are just handling what happens if the wallet is not connected. Just set error wallet is not connected. All of this is good. Set loading is true. So as soon as you click the button, you can start the loading and set it as true. The set error is empty, set transaction hash is empty for now. This is just the state. I don't even think we really need to set this because we have already set the initial state. So yeah, I don't think we need this. Yeah. Set error. Yeah, because so yeah, we've already initiated it here, so I don't think we need this. Okay, cool. So now let's start our try catch block. Um, so what are the things we need? We need the UTXOs. Yes, that's correct. Actually, let me do this. So I like to just like set up the try catch, just the set up the block itself. Okay. Okay, now we got the UTXOs and then we need the change address, correct? So what we are doing is we are basically getting all of these values. We are trying to get the UTXOs, we're trying to get the change address, we are getting the reward address and the pool ID. Um, so constant change address is wallet get change address. Constant reward address reward reward address. No, actually, when you're doing the reward addresses, I'll go with this. Let me quickly take you here. So what they are doing in the mesh docs is they are getting all of the reward addresses available and they're picking the first one. Okay, so since they have used it like this in the official docs, I'd rather use it like this. Okay, so reward addresses, addresses is equal to get reward addresses and then pick the first address, pick the first address. Uh, 0 is the first address. Make sure it is available and then assign. This exclamation mark basically makes sure that it is actually available. And with the pool ID, I'm going to just give it a constant. And I'm going to give it in the human readable form. Um, just so we can see how this thing works. Where is this? Where is that? Just so we can see this deserialized pool ID work. I mean, we can also directly give it the pool ID hash, but this is how it's mentioned in the docs. So let's do it that way. It doesn't really matter. You can give it the pool ID hash as a string as well. Okay. Uh, Okay, where did we get the pool ID from? We got it from the pre-prod Cardano scan. We went to a bunch of pools. We picked the first one, or whichever you want, you can pick, and give it this one, which is the Betch 32 pool ID. I'm gonna copy that. I don't know what this is. Uh, so I have copied that, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay. Okay, so now we have all the required. We have all the required parameters that go into the first time delegation transaction. Okay. Now that we have the parameters, our next step is to call the API and provide these parameter values to it. So here I'm going to say call what is this API called? First time delegation API. First time delegation API, and provide provide required info. I am cool with that. Okay. So here, this is how we do it. Constant response equal to await fetch. This guy, I'm gonna just copy this. Await fetch API first time delegation. Is that right? API first time delegation. Yes, that is right. Ooh. Okay. Method is post. Yes. Is our method post? Let me take a look. Yes, our function name is post, so the method is post. First time delegation. Okay. Mm, Application JSON, and in the JSON.stringify the body, we are providing all of these guys. The UTXOs. So UTXOs is a list of UTXOs. Okay. The change address, which is a string. Change address is a string. Reward address is a list of strings, but we got the first one, so this is one string. And the pool ID, which again is a string, and we have provided all of this as the body. Now let's call the API. Uh, Constant data is equal to await response.json. Now we get the whole data. So now let's look at what the data would look like. Just let's go back here. And the data would be, so we'll either get a 500 or a 200. So if we get a 200, we'll be getting an unsigned transaction. Okay, cool. So where is this button? So now we'll either we'll get an error or an unsigned transaction, right? So when it succeeds, we get an unsigned transaction. Otherwise, we get like a 500 error, and it'll either log the error directly, or say some uncaught error, which is like the internal server error. Okay. Should we handle the error here? Um, if data dot error set error. So yeah, we'll just set the error here. That's pretty good. Data is equal to unsigned transactions. Sign it up. Sign it up. But if there is some uncaught stuff, I'm going to accept this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm not going to accept that. Yeah, this is right. Yes. Okay. So if we get the signed transaction, then make sure the wallet signs it. Wallet.signtx. So this will pop the wallet and it'll help me sign it. And then we get a hash and we log the hash into our use state, right? Log the hash into our use state. Okay. But if anything, if something uncaught happens, if some error happens that is uncaught, we just get this error again, which is failed to to first time delegation. Okay, that's failed. This is so weird. Failed to delegate first time. Fail. Okay, I'm just gonna say unknown error while calling the APL, while calling the, let's call it first time delegation API. Okay, that's better. And once all of this is done, set loading is false. So if everything goes according to plan, you just return this. What are you returning? You're returning a button which says first time delegation. When you click on it, uh, and if it succeeds, you get a transaction hash. But if it fails, you get an error. And during loading, it should show some loading. Okay, let's see how that works. Oh, but one more thing. One more thing. So you have this component. Okay, we have this component. We have to activate the component inside the page. So let's do that. I'm going to uncomment this. So that means I'm going to import this component and I'm going to uncomment this. Okay, so now let's try to run this. Npm run dev. And let's open it up and see what happens. Okay, so I already have uh, a pre-prod wallet and I have some ADA here, staking. I can't say. So I haven't staked yet. By the way, this stake button, when you click it, you are able to stake to a specific stake pool. This is the same transaction that we are replicating outside of the wallet. Okay. Um, so I have this here. I'm going to connect my wallet and you see the first time delegation button, which is very similar to this guy, stake. And I'm going to click on it. Boom, we have an internal server error, and then we have to check what's going on. Console failed to load resource. Server responded with the status of 500. Okay, internal server error. So let's also check our internal logs. Mm, so it happened in the API. Mhm. Let's see. I think it is time to debug. Debug. Okay. So it hit this guy. What might be the issue? Hmm. So if it's an internal server error, are we? We don't need this because we, okay. Uh, hmm. So actually we have this error, right? So let me quickly see in the route when we call this guy, if result dot error. So it hasn't even gone here because we didn't get this error, we got this error. So the error happened somewhere else. Where did the error happen? Hmm. If it happened here, where would it have gone wrong? So we didn't even get here. Hmm. Where could this have gone wrong? Uh, unknown error, not this. Did we do anything wrong here in getting these? Change about addresses. This seems fine. Hmm. Not sure what the issue is. Let's see. Internal server, sodium. That's fine. API in delegation. First time delegation. Let's see. What's this? Oh, let's just. Hmm. Okay. Pressing. Okay. Okay. Let me try one more time just to make sure. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Wow, it's happening pretty fast. So that means handle first time delegation TSX 93. So let's check 93 and 118. Okay. So first time 93. Fetch. Am I doing this wrong? Method post header. This seems right. Let me do one thing. Let me see how our previous ones worked. Um, so they await this thing, blah blah blah. This result. So maybe I should add this. No, I mean I don't know if that's the problem at all. It's not even going there. Okay, so this. Let's look at the registered drep. How did they call the API? They called it with a fetch. They gave it this. It's a post method. Content type is application JSON. That's stringify, and they gave the object. Maybe that's the problem. Oh, we also get the object. Okay. Uh, where else? And they got the response and they handled the error, but we're not even getting the response. So we are getting it wrong right here. So as soon as we hit 93, we are getting an error. And what else is it saying? 93 and 118. 118. Handle first time delegation. Okay. Uh, so it is not this error that we are getting. So it is some other error. So in the API itself, it's erroring. So what does that mean? So where would I? So that means something's wrong here. Hmm. Let's see. Is the pool ID and all correct? Let me double check. Pool 1 V8K. Uh, Pool 1, V8K, that is fine. Uh, constant data byte. So I'm not even getting to here. So I'm not getting the data here. Or I'm getting this error. So let me take a look at route. Let's keep going back. Is it correct? Change address. Is this line? Is this the correct order? Change address, reward address. Change address, reward address, pool ID. Change address, reward address, pool. So it's in the correct order. So that should be fine. Where is it? So, seconds. Hmm. Okay. So let me think. I am trying to figure out where the error exactly happened. So if this is the error we are getting, that means the error is happening somewhere inside here. But we have error handling here. So, okay, so I need to figure this out. So in this, what I want to ask the AI is this. I'm going to start a new agent and I'm going to ask, we call it an ask mode, and I'm going to give this. In this code, if my catch lock is activated, where exactly would I look for the error? Oh, error. Uh, would it be in the tribe block? Let's see what it says. Uh, let's see. It says in your code, the exception can come from await request.json, which is line 38. First time delegation, any unhandled error thrown inside that function does not receive the error. Okay. So you never see the actual error. Okay, so how do I? Oh, so I need my catch block to catch the error. I actually like that. Error is error, instance of error. Okay. Internal server error only if I'm not able to catch. Okay, I actually like that pattern. So I am going to steal this pattern and see what happens. So maybe it'll give me, or if you prefer keeping the generic response to the client, but still debug. So, oh, so the generic response to the client. Okay. Yeah, I actually, you know what? Why bother the front end with all of that? Let me just use it to get to my console. Okay. So let me close this and try it one more time. Where's this? Let me refresh. I'll connect my wallet and click delegation. And now, and now I will look at this guy and it'll show me some issue. Okay. Type error cannot read properties of undefined reading length. I have seen this error before. Invalid string error. Encoded. Wait a minute. So it is a pool ID that is the problem? Oh my lord. Pool prefix due. Invalid string error. Really? Oh. Wait, I thought I just checked it. 1 second. Let's see what the issue is. Mm, so let's go back here. Invalid pool ID. So I hard coded the pool. Oh, so I hard coded the pool ID somewhere. So maybe I should hard code it here. No, no. I mean, I'm receiving it. So what's the point of hard coding it here? Um. Oh, should I put like a put this? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Don't tell me that's what it is. Okay, so that's not it. Good. So what is happening? It is saying 1 second. Same error, right? So the error is the pool ID expected batch 32 encoded string with pool prefix due to expected batch 32. But like we're giving that, no, expected batch 32 is exactly what we are giving it. Batch 32 pool ID. Okay, let me copy that one more time. Uh, and so basically pool ID hash deserialized pool ID. Okay, let me try this one more time. Uh, Nothing changed. Oof. What might be the issue? Mm, okay. So if this is the issue, I'm gonna ask the AI like, what is going on here? Always ask mode. So I have this. mm, Okay. And yet I am getting this error. What might be the reason? I'm gonna copy my error. Um, so I'm gonna copy my error. I'm gonna add to the chat and see what it says. Uh, Pool ID error. 1 second. Investigating the code flow to determine block. Okay. The issue comes from a property name mismatch between the front end and the back end. Front end, first time delegation button.tsx. Okay. Line 91 constant pool ID is this. What is it saying? Okay, so there is a capital pool ID, line 1, line 99, sends pool ID, backend, body expects Pool ID lower. Oh my lord. That's so stupid. Oh my god. Okay. So, where is this? Oh my god. This is so stupid. I mean, these kind of errors piss me off. Okay. Fine. Let's see if it works now. Uh, let's refresh this. First time delegation. Okay, that seems to be working now. It is loading. Let's see. Oh, very nice. Now we have a new error to debug. Let's debug this. Let's see what the console says. Debugging. Uh, I don't see any errors here. Oh no, that's just the lib sodium. Okay, I don't see anything here. Like lib. Okay, this lib sodium thing. Never mind. Unknown error. We're calling first time. Oh, okay. So now we know where the issue is. Expected number of key witnesses. Think. So now, this is the first time. Okay, I'm gonna push that. But yeah, anyway, the error happened here. So if the error happened here, so but why at maybe I should I pass the error? Hmm. Maybe I should that should be a better practice, like, just pass the error here and console log it. Um, maybe mm, let's see. Let's see. Length 39. Before coin selection. After coin selection. Mount unit Lovelace, blah, blah, blah. Validated range, all of that. Okay. So this is a transaction error. So this error is happening during transaction building. So let me, so this, take a look at the transactions. Okay. Mm, so this is a delegation. So it knows it's a delegation transaction. Um, what might this error be? Transaction CBOR valid. So once we are in this error, it'd be so hard to figure this out because of internal stuff, internal transaction building stuff. Let's see, let's see where this error is. Let's try and figure this out. Um, so in these cases, what I would like to do is after coin selection. So what I would like to do is just format it properly so I know where I'm going wrong, because after coin selection, that means I've put my signature in there, but there is something that's not balancing. Okay. So what I'd like to do here is I'm going to create this guy. Can you format this for me, please? Mm, because it's just really hard to like read all of this. So now once it's formatted, I would know what might be going wrong. I'm going to make this bigger, and I'm going to close this guy. Okay. So after coin selection, transaction hash, all of that is fine. Quantity, address, script size, all of that is fine. Output, fee, collateral. So I don't need collateral. I need the change address, PUI. Okay. Stake key address is some stake address that is generated. Pool ID is 76809E. Let's make sure that is correct. 76809E. 76809E. So this is fine. Hmm. Okay. Network is pre-prod. Signing key proposal. Okay, this is all fine. Type basic certificate. So this is a delegating certificate and it has the stake address and it has the pool ID. So nothing wrong there. And it has the change address. It has a fee of 1.7 ADA. Like, oh, let me quickly check if it is a problem with my UTXOs. Let me check the list of UTXOs. Oh, I have enough UTXOs. Well, yeah, I have enough UTXOs. I don't know what the deal is. Like, what you want? Okay, UTXS is fine. Uh, quantity 1.5. I'm getting back 1.5. Script size is this. Address is this. Transaction hash. But it didn't go through. What could be the issue? Is the But I passed the UTXOs, right? Yeah, I passed the UTXOs. Uh, hmm. What could be the issue? Maybe I should try this one more time. Okay, so now I am going to close this. And in the transactions, I'm going to remove this garbage transaction and try to delegate one more time. Uh, Download unsigned. Download started. See it, press and hold escape. Escape. What happened? Did it download? Oh, I downloaded. Okay, cool. Let me try it one more time. I mean, I think I'm almost sure I will get the same error. Um, so I have downloaded the transaction. So I'm gonna get this guy. Okay. Um, no. Where is this? Open with text editor. Okay. So I have the CBOR hex. So Mesh, by the way, Mesh also provides something called Sequisitor. Sequisitor, where's Sequisitor? Let's go. Where's the Sequisitor? What's this? Sequisitor. So that is really useful for debugging. Let me see if Quisitor mesh. Yeah, there it is, Sequisitor. And I'm going to paste my uh, I paste my CBOR. So, oh, so okay. So I pasted my CBOR. And now, so this is again like giving another way to like format the the transactions CBOR and see what is going wrong. Is valid, true. Amount, TSS non-Plutus data, null. Wait a minute, am I? Is it because? Wait a minute, 1 second. So, what I am thinking is, if, where is my wallet? If you look at my, if you look at my UTXOs, you see these two UTXOs, both of them have a reference script. I mean, it can be spent and the reference script can go away, but I am wondering if it is creating some issue. Maybe I should specifically pick a UTXO. Mm, maybe I should specifically pick a UTXO and send it. Or maybe I should say reference script available in the transaction building. Uh, so this is just the CBOR. If I go here, should I say something like select UTXOs? Yeah, how about this? How about I send myself like about 30, yeah, let's see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send myself some UTXOs. I'm copying the receiving address and I'm going to send myself maybe 30 ADA and I'm going to sign the transaction. Mm, okay, so there is not insufficient the size of the series. Okay, so maybe instead of 30, what I'll do is I'll send 28 and see if it works. Okay, so I can remove this guy and this guy. Mm, I'm just, yeah, I'm just checking if I send myself the UTX or some UTXOs and those reference scripts are gone, which is what I want. I don't want this reference scripts anymore. There's 4 UTXOs and earning rewards. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Wait, so this is crazy to me because account stake epoch ends. So it is saying I'm already staking. Oh no, I'm not. I'm not already staking. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm not already staking. Let me quickly take a look at my list of UTXOs. How are why is this saying account payment key, account stake key? Why is this saying earning rewards? I don't understand this. Um, but these two UTXOs are still here. I'm not able to spend these guys. What's wrong with these guys? Maybe I should. Is there a way to specifically pick transactions and maybe I can do that. Transaction fragmentation, UTXO collection, collect UTXOs. What is this? Click 1 second. What does this do? UTXO collection. Collect UTXOs for this account, basically merging them into a fewer ones. This will create up to 10 transactions at a time. Processing might take a while. Okay. Token fragmentation. What is this? Donate one theater. Time to live. This is all fine. I'm assuming this should work. Let's see. Mm, Insufficient free does not contain enough free to cover the minimum required by the protocol. Really? Why do I not have the enough required? Huh, that's sketchy. Okay, let me try this one more time. I'm connected to wallet. I'm delegating now. Uh, mm, and now let's take a look at this guy. What's going on? It's the same error. So nothing happened. I see. Let's go back to the wallet and let's look at the transactions. You want this. What could be the error? I hope I'm not already delegated. So let me take a look at staking. Stake. Available stake pools. Hmm. So I have a stake key. Stake test QSP. Okay. Hmm. What might be the issue? So does the Inquisitor tell me anything? So address is there. Um, 96. Auxiliary data hash. Stake. Delegation pool key hash is fine. Stake credential key EB27 something something. Okay. So EB275A4B is that. This is the state key, state credential. Let me take a quick look at the transaction one more time. Select UTXOs, extra inputs, this transaction builder, okay. Pre-prod, complete. Change address, I got this from this guy. It should be fine. Reward address is a string. Change address is a string. Oof. What is this? This pool ID thing is killing me. Okay, let me just correct all of this pool ID stuff everywhere. Pool ID, pool ID, pool ID, pool ID, stupid pool ID. Okay, so did I correct all the pool IDs? Pool ID, pool ID. Uh, Pool ID hash. Pool ID hash is fine. This doesn't matter. Okay. Host and delegation. Pool ID. Okay. In the route, Did I put all the pool IDs? Pool ID, pool ID, pool ID. Uh, pool ID. What could be the issue? Hmm. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna try and get this done. We have about 10 minutes left. Uh, and I want to take a search. How is how block hash, data hash, board. Um, we'll copy this. Copy this, and I'm gonna paste it here. Can you identify any issues with this transaction? Mm, okay, that's the whole thing. Um, okay, let's see what it says. Um, Let me see its thinking, because I feel like sometimes when it comes to the blockchain, it can be a little bit sketchy. Um, I need blah blah blah. Certificate missing auxiliary data method network transaction body details. Limited. Okay. The issue red flag visible from JSON. No signature witness present is null. So this is an unsigned transaction. What? That can't be right. Really? Why is that an unsigned transaction? Okay. So let me try this. Let me try it with this guy. Okay. So this is not delegated yet. Okay. So let me go here. Let me do that. I'm gonna connect the wallet. 3DKS, just making sure it's correct. 3DKS, okay. Let's try to sign this. Mm, and let's monitor this guy. First time. Okay, so there is a standard error that's happening with all of these guys. So, uh, 3DKS, 3DKS. Hmm. Why is it invalid? Which was already spent in it. What? Whoa, 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 wait. One of the transactions inputs was already spent in a different transaction. Wait a minute, what is going on here? What do you mean? One of the transaction, what is that? Whoa, that's a problem, you see? That's a problem. So that has to come from this first time delegation button. So am I missing something? Oh, reward address 0, pool ID. But these are all error, use state. That's a problem. Like, wait, but I'm not reusing anything, am I? Am I reusing something? Reward address, change address. What does that mean? Why is it say one of the transactions input? Let's see what that input is. I want to see that input. Input is this guy. I want to see an explorer. No, this is just the address. I want the specific inputs or inputs and outputs. Inputs and outputs. Okay. So show details maybe. Oh, this is the inputs and outputs. Yeah, this is the guy. So it is saying, I'm gonna take a quick look at the UTXO list here. So it is saying this input 848 D8, 848 D8, 848 D8 1 of 95.47 is used. But it's still here. I don't get it. What is it even saying? So I'm going to go back to the transactions. I'm going to click on this guy. I'm going to check the details. So it said one of the transactions inputs was already spent in a different transaction. So what are the inputs? This one input, right? If we take a look at our transaction, what are the inputs? I mean, we haven't actively given it any inputs. We are just giving it all the UTXOs from our wallet and asking it to pick. So is this guy being sketchy? Selects UTXOs to fill output values and put them into inputs. Output values. The inputs already placed into the object will remain. These extra inputs will be used to fill the remaining values needed. So I'm not sure. I feel like this is where we are having a problem, but this shouldn't give us a problem. Select UTXOs from. Should we manually do this? Should we manually do this instead of letting mesh transaction build from our UTXOs? Is there a balance transaction or something? Uh, if that's the case, okay. So let me try it one more time. Why would I be spending? Why would I don't get it. Why would so? I'm going to take a look at this guy. We'll look at the transactions. Okay. The transaction inputs is spent in a different transaction. Why is it saying it's spent in a different transaction? I don't. What does that mean? But it's still here. And if you look at the list of UTXOs, it's still here, correct? 848. Why is it always picking the same one over and over again? Like, why is it not picking the 400 one? Or why is it not picking like the 23 one? Uh, this one, right? 84865D8, 84865D8, 1. This guy is still here. Is still here. And yet it's being sketchy. Okay. Mm, P3 DKS. P3 DKS payment credential, stake credential. Uh, well, I think unfortunately we are out of time. I wish we could debug this and get past it, but I guess we'll have to do it next time. Well, maybe yeah, next class maybe and next live coding session maybe we'll look into this and figure this out. All right. Until next time, I'll see you guys.